Welcome all folks to this session, part of the AADA Management Workshop Program. A social media expert, Dimitri Kotov, works with a significant number of automotive dealers all around Australia. His approach to Facebook marketing and online reputation building is cutting edge. You're going to gain a lot of valuable takeaway knowledge from this compelling presentation on the future of marketing. Don't forget, we record every session and the digital footage is available for you to buy to take back to your dealership and show all your staff. Please visit the AADA video sales booth to purchase copies of any session. So without further ado, please welcome Dimitri Kotov.
Let me start. So make no mistake, ladies and gentlemen, social media marketing for car dealers has almost completely reinvented itself over the last 12 months. The discipline has transformed from a dark art to an increasingly data-driven science. But there's a problem. Most tactics used today are optimized to generate likes and engagement. The kind that offer little value to the salespeople at a car dealership. As a result, today's social media marketing struggles to support sales teams in the most important way, that is lead generation. This workshop will help you solve this problem. So I'm going to take you step by step throughout this fast emerging discipline, showing you how to align your social media marketing around a strategy that's optimized for lead generation. As you'll see, lead-centric social media marketing is not a magic wand. Instead, when deployed intelligently, it can outperform every other marketing initiative in your dealership. I've seen lead-centric social media marketing in action across a wide range of dealerships, and I'm convinced that this is the way virtually all successful dealerships will use social media. Those who practice it, or those who don't practice it, will lose to those who do. There we go. So let's get to work. Today's car dealer and their marketing is built around the lead. The individual car buyer who progresses along your funnel until he or she is ready to buy. But why do most marketing agencies and car dealers still focus on Facebook likes? It's time to recognize that we're not marketing and selling to a like. We're marketing and selling to a lead. So what is lead-centric social media marketing? Well, it's a bit like a cowboy or a cowgirl with a lasso. You don't wait for a car buyer to wander into your showroom. You reach out to target prospects, going after them only. You don't waste your efforts rounding up people who don't want to buy from you. Instead, you focus all your efforts on the prospects you need to catch. Lead-centric social media marketing is laser-focused. So why is lead-centric social media marketing so hot right now? It's not a new concept, so why has it suddenly generated so much activity and attention? Well, there's a few good reasons. The first one is Facebook updated its ad formats recently, and they now allow for leads to be captured from the feed itself. That's a really, really big deal. The returns from leads from car buying websites are flattening out. Traditional marketing like print, TV, and radio don't work as well as they used to. And dealers coming out from the States and conventions like Digital Dealer, NADA, are just now a lot more informed. Lead-centric social media marketing is very much an evolving practice. But when you look at the most successful dealerships who have implemented it in their dealerships, a pattern emerges. Most lead-centric social media marketing journeys follow a familiar four-step process. So the first thing you need to do as part of this process is select your target audience. Then we set up your remarketing lists. You generate audience-relevant ads, and then you deliver goal-specific ads. So I'm going to take you through the process. Selecting your target audience. The whole point of lead-centric social media marketing is to focus your efforts on a relatively small number of car buyers that are the most likely to want to make a purchase. That's why audience selection is the most important step in any lead-centric social media marketing program. Get this right and you'll get the maximum return on the next 3 steps in the lead-centric social media marketing process. Get it wrong and you'll either miss major opportunities, waste resources on the wrong audience, or both. Taking shortcuts during the target audience selection process incurs penalties throughout your lead-centric social media marketing program. Chiefly, you're missing out on deals you could have won, and you're wasting efforts on a poor fit. If you leave in-market car buyers off your audience list, you're needlessly ceding deals to the competition. But put the wrong car buyers on your list, and you'll spend time, money, and effort on low-potential opportunities while under-resourcing your best shots. That's why it's important to invest upfront in a serious effort to align your lead-centric social media marketing around selecting the very best audience. I recommend thinking about your own efforts in tiers. So your tier 1 audience are your recent website visitors from the last 90 days, normally, right? And the size of that audience is quite small. It's going to be less than 5,000 people. Your tier 2 audience are your existing customers and any other email and mobile phone data collected by the dealership. The size of this audience will be of a medium size, less than 20,000. Your tier 3 audience, your buyer profile selected from data collected by Facebook and Instagram themselves. For lead generation specifically, I would focus your efforts on these social media platforms. In particular, Facebook, because only Facebook has the new lead ad format. I'll be discussing Facebook in more detail in this workshop, more so than other social media platforms like Instagram, YouTube, and LinkedIn. The size of these tier 3 audience, these buyer profiles, is usually quite large, but still less than 100,000 people. So there's an art and a science to buyer profile selection. That is your tier 3 audience. Effective car buyer profile selection combines gut feel, historical performance, and manufacturer data to come up with an ideal buyer profile for your ad. The questions that might guide the process include: what areas have we sold most effectively in the past? Which kind of car buyers have proven most profitable over time? What demographics make for the best fit with our vehicle range? Chances are you already have a pretty good idea about the kinds of car buyers most likely to purchase from your dealership. Here are the categories that are available to you when you advertise on Facebook or Instagram. Location. Reach car buyers in key locations by postcode. So for example, if you're a dealership in Ferntree Gully, Melbourne, you can target your ads at people who live in the postcodes within your PMA. Demographics. Target car buyers based on demographics like age, gender, occupation, parenthood, income, and more. For example, if you're a Toyota dealership that is looking to advertise a Corolla, you may wish to target your ad at a woman in the 18 to 54 age group. Or if you're a Holden dealer looking to advertise a Colorado, you can target specific occupations that are likely to want to purchase the Colorado, like a carpenter or a plumber. Interests. Interest targeting lets you define your ideal car buyer by their interests, hobbies, and pages they like on Facebook. These may be drawn from their listed interested activities, education, job titles, pages they like, or groups to which they belong. For example, a Ford dealer that is looking to advertise the Ford Ranger may target car buyers and people who like Ford, or more specifically, the dealership can target people who like the Ranger model itself. And finally, behaviours. This is a very new targeting method. You can now reach people based on their purchase behaviour. That is, you can now reach users with Facebook ads based on the things that they do online away from Facebook. The information comes from data partners who compile information about where consumers shop, how they shop, what products and brand they purchase, and publications they read. For example, an Audi dealer would target people that Facebook has defined as luxury car buyers, in-market luxury car buyers. And there's another category called premium car buyers, in-market premium car buyers. An Isuzu Ute dealership would target people defined as commercial used buyers. That's another category as well, and Ute car buyers. Now, the 4 data sources discussed above are critical inputs to the buyer profile selection process. Let's look at how you might put them together for a dealership looking to advertise an SUV model. Location. So you target your ad at people who live in the postcodes within your PMA, or specific postcodes within your PMA that have proven to yield higher than average SUV buyers in the past. Demographics. You choose car buyers who are most likely to purchase the SUV based on age, gender, parenthood status, and income. Demographics. You choose car buyers who are most likely to purchase the SUV based on interests. You define the audience by their interest in the manufacturer or specific SUV model. And behaviours. You will reach car buyers who are defined as family car buyers. So we're now on to stage 2 of the lead-centric social media marketing process. You're going to be setting up your remarketing lists. So that's your tier 1 and your tier 2 data. So in lead-centric social media marketing, you'll be retargeting visitors of your website from the last 90 days or less. Depending on the quantity of your website traffic, you might be in a position where you're getting 10, 15,000 visitors to your website every month. You might only want to target people in the last 30 days, for example. But generally speaking, we target people for up to 90 days. So how does it work? When a prospective car buyer visits your website and then later visits Facebook using the same browser, an ad is delivered to them on Facebook. And how do you set it up? Well, Facebook will provide you with a pixel that can be installed very easily by your web developer. What about your tier 2 data? Well, in lead-centric social media marketing, you'll be retargeting people whose email or mobile phone data you have on file at your dealership. This includes your existing sales and service customers and other email and phone data you have collected from sources such as carsales.com.au or other sources such as purchased email lists. So how does it work? The email address or mobile number you have on file of a particular person is matched to the email or mobile number the same person has provided to Facebook. How do you set it up? Well, Facebook will allow you to upload a list of emails or mobile numbers and match them to the email and mobile phone numbers that Facebook and Instagram users have provided these social networks. Now, you might also want to consider overlaying your tiers. You can overlay your tiers, such as your recent website visitors, that is your tier 1 audience, or database lists, your tier 2 audience, with the buyer profiles you have chosen. So I'm going to give you some examples. For example, from those people who have recently visited your website, your tier 1 audience, you can actually then target only the women that are living in your PMA who have recently visited your website, because you're able to overlay those tiers. Alternatively, from a list of existing customers, that is your tier 2 audience, you can reach only parents based on the information they have provided Facebook. So I want to do a little audience demonstration, because overlaying tiers is a little bit of a more comprehensive strategy. So let's imagine everyone in this room is part of a fictitious Holden dealership called Hometown Holden. And let's just say you're the deal principal or the general manager, and from gut feel, from historical performance, you've realized that when you're talking about or advertising a Holden Commodore, you really, let's just say, want to be targeting men who are between 30 and 50 years old. So let's just say everyone here is in the database, right, of Hometown Holden. So the first thing you would do is you'd remove the women from your list using the data that Facebook has collected about the people from your own database, right? And then you'd remove the guys who are under 30 and the guys who are over 50, and then you're left with, from your own database, using the information that Facebook has collected about the people in your own database, in your own CRM, with men who are 30 to 50 in your PMA, and then you use that audience to target with a Holden Commodore ad. Now, I wanted to also just quickly mention the lead quality of the various tiers. Tier 1 leads tend to result in the best quality leads and the highest conversion rates, but the lowest quantity due to the small audience size. Tier 2 leads tend to result in good quality leads and medium level conversion rates and average lead quantity due to the average size of the audience. And then there's the Tier 3 leads, which tend to result in slightly lower than average quality and the lowest conversion rates, but the largest quantity. And that's due to the larger audience size. Now, the other thing you can do, you can actually build up your Tier 1 or Tier 2 lists if they're a little bit small. Let's just say you're a dealership who just started. You don't have a database. Let's just say you don't do a lot of SEO or SEM, and you're not really driving a lot of traffic to your website. So a comprehensive lead-centric social media marketing program can also build up your Tier 1 and Tier 2 audiences for retargeting. For example, running ads targeting a Tier 3 audience with an ad that clicks through to your website will build up your Tier 1 audience, that is your website visitors, who you can later retarget on Facebook and Instagram. Another example may be running an ad for a new car launch. If you generate 50 or let's just say 100 leads who have registered their interest by providing their email and mobile phone data for an upcoming car launch, you can retarget that same Tier 2 audience with ads. Be patient. So lead-centric social media marketing efforts take time to perfect. Once you've chosen your target audience, stick with it for at least a week. Some demographics may only log on to Facebook on weekends, for example. The sales team may overreact to a few poor quality leads and want to stop the advertising, but persistence pays off. After a week, change your target audience if the quantity or quality of the leads is not to your liking. So now we're on to stage 3, generating audience-relevant ads. The idea here is simple. Dial up the relevance and resonance of ads, and you'll increase the quantity and quality of your leads. So what kind of ads are right for lead-centric social media marketing? Well, every kind of ad you'd use in a traditional marketing ad will be effective in your lead-centric social media marketing program, as long as it's optimized and relevant. So the key is to focus on visual cues that resonate with your audience. For example, if you're targeting mums who have shown interest in Mazda and are a family car buyer, use a visual of a mum in your ad. Don't use the same ad of, say, just a Mazda SUV and target a varied audience with the one ad. Instead, personalize the ads for each distinct target audience. You should think about the following visual cues in your ad. your background. You're a Mildura dealership. It wouldn't really make sense to have the CBD of Melbourne in your background, right? Because you're trying to resonate and target your local area. So you'd have an iconic image of, say, the Mildura Town Hall in your background. Car model. So obviously, that's a simple one. If you're trying to sell a particular car model and you're targeting the right audience, then use that particular car model. But most people then forget about the demographic. They'll use the same ad targeting men, women, all sorts of demographics. Now, in the example I just mentioned, we're targeting mums who are buying a Mazda SUV. So in order to resonate with that audience, you would put an image of a mum. And then, of course, your copy, which is always very important, and you should test at least 2 or 3 different types of copy with every single ad you do. So now we're on to the last stage, delivering goal-specific ads. So you've identified your target audience and mapped the appropriate buyer profile to this audience. You've set up your remarketing lists, maybe even overlaid these lists or tiers with your buyer profiles. You've created relevant artwork and messaging that resonates with your audience. Now it's time to get this targeted ad in front of the people your salespeople most need to meet. This is where lead-centric social media marketing gets active, because instead of promoting marketing messages widely and sitting back until people show up in your showroom the traditional way, you're going to actively make sure your target audience sees and acts upon the ads you've prepared for them. And instead of spending your budget trying to reach everyone in your PMA, you're going to laser focus your budget on the car buyers that matter most. The tactics that lead-centric social media marketing use the most include Facebook lead ads, Facebook video lead ads, Facebook carousel lead ads, Instagram website ads, Instagram video ads, Facebook page engagement ads, LinkedIn website ads, and YouTube website ads. And yes, there are other tactics and new ones emerging all the time, but these are the staples of any lead-centric social media marketing program, and this is where lead-centric social marketing gets active. So let's look at all of those in turn. Facebook lead ads. Lead ads are now, in my opinion, the most valued marketing tactic or ad format for car dealers. They're valued because the potential car buyer's personal information will always be the most powerful way to initiate a discussion and accelerate a deal. And with lead ads, you're able to capture car buyers' mobile number, email, and name, and also their responses to 3 customized questions. What's more is that with lead ads, the mobile number, email, and name is pre-filled by Facebook when they click on the ad. That's because Facebook already knows this information about their users. So with lead ads, Facebook is now sharing the personal information of their users when they click and submit their details on a lead ad. So what's the cost? Most dealers will be able to get their cost per lead from Facebook lead ads down to between $5 and $35 per lead after a few months of iteration and optimization of the ads. What's more is that these leads can be delivered in real time to your sales team if you partner with the right social media marketing agency. Facebook lead ads with video. So in lead-centric social media marketing, the key metric for any ad isn't how many people see it, it's how many of the right people from the right target audience send you their personal information. With this in mind, why not create a video specifically for the target audience and deliver it as a video lead ad? The video will autoplay in silence, and when users tap the video, the inquiry form, or lead form if you want to call it that, will pop up just as it does with a lead ad that uses a static image. How about Facebook lead ads with a carousel? Carousel lead ads are very similar to the standard lead ad. They just have the ability to showcase up to 5 images. This format is very popular because it allows you to showcase a range of cars, or you may wish to display different angles of the same car. And as with lead ads, you have 3 customized questions. There you go. 3 customized questions, and the car buyer's information is pre-filled by Facebook. Instagram website ads. So lead-centric social media marketing isn't confined to lead ads. You can now also run website ads. That is, ads that allow the potential car buyer to click through to your website, where you'll endeavour to capture their information. This, of course, will be more difficult because the user will need to fill out their name, email, and mobile number manually. But it does allow the user to browse your website. If you do choose to run a website ad, then I would recommend doing it on Instagram. Why? Well, because no other car dealer will be doing it in your PMA, most likely, and 5 million Australians now use Instagram every single month. Most of them are between 18 and 35. Do make sure that your website or landing page is mobile optimized. However, as Instagram is a mobile-based social network. Instagram video ads. Instagram video ads are another type of ad that can drive traffic to your website. Much like Facebook, who own Instagram, on Instagram, video ads will autoplay as the car buyer scrolls onto the ad in their feed. And the cost? Well, depending on the audience you've selected, delivering an Instagram ad to, say, 10,000 people can cost between $150 and $350. I believe this is the cheapest form of targeted advertising that car dealers have at their disposal today. LinkedIn doesn't get the attention of the more widely used lead-centric social media marketing tactics, but it can be effective for European and prestige dealers. If you're a Renault, Citroën, Mercedes-Benz, Peugeot, Lexus, Audi, or BMW dealer, LinkedIn website ads may be a great way for you to focus on a highly targeted audience of high-value prospects. If you place a link to your website in a post on your company page on LinkedIn, you can promote that post and then drive traffic to your website. YouTube website ads. So with YouTube advertising, you can reach out to car buyers based on data the search giant Google has collected about its users. This isn't possible on Facebook or Instagram. An intelligent YouTube ad can target in-market car buyers in your area and deliver this potential car buyer to your website. Facebook page post engagement ads are the most widely used type of Facebook ad in the industry today. But this doesn't make them the best type of ad to be using for lead generation. With page post engagement ads, you're limited to people liking, commenting, or sharing the post you've created. And you won't be able to capture the potential car buyer's personal data. However, it does work well as a cost-effective broadcast medium. So what's next? So in social media marketing, new channels and tactics open up nearly every month. As they emerge, you'll only need to ask yourself, will my prospects be here? And if so, can I actually target them specifically? It's not about chasing the next shiny object. It's about making sure your prospects are there and that you've got something relevant to share with them in this new context. Snapchat advertising will be available to car dealers soon, like on-demand geofilters. So when Snapchatters buy or take delivery of a car, they can take a snap and they'll be able to see your geo filter, so kind of like a template with your dealership's name, and use it to explain where and why they took the snap. So in summary, 13 bulletproof strategies to improve your social media ROI. Select the right target audience. set up your remarketing lists, generate audience relevant ads. You remember I spoke about visual cues, deliver goal-specific ads, and then the tactics. Facebook lead ads, the best one out there. Facebook video lead ads, Facebook carousel lead ads, Instagram website ads, Instagram video ads, LinkedIn ads, YouTube, Facebook page engagement ads, and coming soon, Snapchat ads. So thank you very much. I'm Dimitri, Director of Ignite Group. That's my information if you wanted to have a chat. And I just wanted to say thank you to some of my team for putting this slideshow together, and Pat, I don't think he's in the room, but thanks for giving me the opportunity. Cheers.